My name is Jude and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to tell you lessons from a former codependent. The number one thing is like a lot of codependents honestly don't even realize they're in a codependent relationship until it's too late, until they lose themselves, they don't have a life, and they're just spending so much time with this one person. Okay, here are some mistakes that I've made in relationships, like romantic and platonic relationships, that you should. The most important thing is do not like go ahead and start fixing yourself before you help yourself. This is like the airline like PSA. Please put on your mask before you put on other people's masks. Help yourself and make sure you're good before you start catering yourself to other people's needs and other people's wants. I feel like a lot of codependents, they're like empaths, or they just grew up like being people pleasers, so they're so used to taking care of other people, taking care of other people's needs, and just neglecting themselves. And this is like an important pattern that you need to just start reprogramming. This goes along with like fixing. Like a lot of codependents, like they just start like fixing people. They have this thing where they need to feel valued, or they want to give value to another person, so they're like, oh, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna fix this person. Or you can attract a lot of people who need fixing because that's what you're subconsciously thinking. And you need to learn like proper boundaries, that it's not your place to fix people. Every single person has a soul, every single person has a mind and a brain and their own bodily autonomy to just do their own life, right? They have like free will. So if a person wants to fix something or needs to fix something, it's on them to fix their behavior or fix their life or their style or their hair, whatever it is. You need to leave people space to just be themselves and figure out life, instead of you jumping in and being the savior and being the fixer to quote unquote help these people. But that's not your place. Put all of the energy into these other people onto yourself, and I assure you, your life will be 1,000 times better. Because why would you be leveling up someone else, even if you care about them and love them, instead of leveling up yourself? Focus on how you can improve yourself, how you can improve your own business, your own style, your own hair, whatever it is that you want to fix. If you have the need to fix someone, that's like a look that you need to like heal that wound inside. Like, why are you trying to fix this person? Thing is, I feel like a lot of codependents just end up losing themselves in relationships, or they just kind of give up their whole entire life to be this with this one person, or they get so freaking comfortable in this relationship they're like neglecting themselves. They neglect their hobbies, they neglect their friends, they neglect everything outside of this relationship, which is a mistake obviously, because you need to always, a healthy relationship is interdependent and it's two wholes coming together. You are not completing each other. You are whole and you are complete on your own. You don't need someone else to complete your life or to fill a void in your life. That if you are thinking like that consciously or subconsciously, you're going to be attracting a relationship that's unhealthy. And for me personally, I would rather be by myself and work on myself than be in an unhealthy relationship, because an unhealthy relationship is going to be draining you emotionally, spiritually, physically, in some sort of way or some sort of form. Luckily, codependency is a learned behavior, so you can unlearn it. But for me, the mindset I like to have in a relationship is, like I said, he has his life, I have my life, and we share some of that, but I still have my own life. So I try to remember to have balance like in all of my relationships and water my other things in my life, not just this. You can like split it out however you want, but I think it's helpful to even like write down like friends. I'm gonna try to spend 30% of my time with my friends, and then hobbies, it's gonna be another 20%, and then my partner and our shared hobbies. All of these things, you can break it down so that you have a visual, especially if you're a visual person, or all of these things that make you. Do not forget to water those, because this person fell in love with you or is with you for a reason. So why are you gonna let all of these good things about yourself just slip away? So whenever you're in a relationship, I feel like a lot of codependence, like I said, we don't get stuck in patterns of like low self-esteem or low self-worth, because when you're feeling like low self-esteem and low self-worth, it's so easy to get caught up in more like toxic relationship patterns and behaviors. And it's easy to just like lose yourself and let go of your boundaries because you're not feeling not so good about yourself, and everyone deserves to feel good about themselves, loved and respected in a relationship and not in a relationship. To remind myself, or something that I've learned, is to just never get too comfortable with anything in life. Honestly, especially in relationships, it's so easy to be like, oh, I have this person, we're together, all these things. And from my experience, like life can just sweep things from under the rug out of you. And it's also one of those things of like, I hear codependents say, like some of my friends are like, oh, I can't imagine what I would do without this person. If you're saying that, like honestly, there's a little bit of toxicity in that relationship, because every single person in every single relationship is going to end. Like nothing is forever. You know, like either you guys break up or like you pass away or something, like everything's going to end. So it's healthy to have a little bit of that like in your mindset, so you can realize, like even if you think, oh my god, I met the one, it's like sometimes first of all life surprises you, and you need to be able to just like have your own life. That's why people say they detach from the outcomes of life. They detach from life because they're right, like life is always changing, the people in your life are always changing. So it's like healthy to know that if anything does happen, like that's life, but you know what, like at least I have my own life. Like maybe this person wasn't for me or whatever it is, but it's like, okay, I still, life goes on. I still feel whole and complete on my own. Even though I'm hurting, I still know I'm whole and complete on my own. And notice that you had like any of these habits that are like sneaking in, like it's not too late to change it. I would just say just start prioritizing yourself and your life more in that relationship. If you haven't broken up or whatever it is, you're still in a relationship and you want to make it healthy, you can make a codependent relationship healthy again. It just takes work. Maybe start refilling yourself back up, start refilling your life back up. You feel like you lost yourself, try to find yourself again. Have your own stuff. That means like have your own stuff outside of your relationship, outside of that person, your own hobbies, your own friends, so that it's healthy. Like I will say is that I feel like a lot of codependents have really not so great boundaries. They cannot say no, or they just have really a hard time saying no. And that's also like a learned skill of like people pleasing, saying yes to other people, putting people in front of you. And you have to realize in your head, I matter. Like I am just as important as this person that I'm talking to or I'm in a relationship with. And honestly, your own needs matter more than the other person. So it's like learning to just put yourself on the pedestal again, like increasing your self-esteem, increasing your own value in your eyes, increasing your own importance in your eyes, and putting you here and then everyone else down here. That's healthy. It's healthy to be a little bit selfish. It's healthy to say no to other people. It's healthy to put yourself first and prioritize yourself, and you don't need to have any guilt for saying that. A lot of codependents and people pleasers do have guilt with saying no or just like disappointing other people, but for me, whenever I start to feel bad or I used to feel bad, I tell myself like either I'm saying no to the other person or I'm saying no to myself. And it's all about like breaking the habit of saying no to yourself. Start saying yes to yourself. You don't want to do something, don't do it. It's really hard at first. It's really hard to put up boundaries at first, but it gets easier. Slowly and surely it gets easier, and the guilt and the bad negative feelings like go away. Because it's healthy to be able to say no to people and be able to say no unapologetically. I'm not comfortable with this, I don't want to do this, whatever you want to say. And that also attracts healthy relationships to you. Like romantic relationships and platonic relationships. It will naturally attract people who respect your boundaries, who respect, oh, she's not comfortable with this, I'm not going to do this anymore. Because they understand that you should prioritize your own needs, and you all will also understand, oh, I've been in this position before, I respect that you're not comfortable with that. It's gonna naturally attract like emotionally mature, good people to you. I hope you found this video to be helpful, and